Hi, this is Sepha Kirschblum, and together we're going to be learning about two incredible sisters, Rachel and Leah. They grow up in the same home and ultimately, as we'll see, marry the same man and have incredible conflict. But what we are going to be doing together is seeing where that conflict can go in terms of growth, in terms of personal development, but also most significantly in their relationship together. But to appreciate these two sisters, we actually have to first meet a pair of brothers. So together we're going to start learning about Jacob and Esau, which I will refer to Esau as Esav sometimes. So just giving you that heads up. And to appreciate these brothers, sorry, we're just doing a lot of backstory, is to appreciate their parents. Their parents are Isaac and Rebekah. Isaac and Rebekah, to me, are the most beautiful, wonderful couple, especially from the book of Genesis, that they are the only couple that we get to meet that really only have each other. Isaac doesn't marry any other woman. And they have this incredible dynamic of the two of them. But in this incredible dynamic is the challenge of infertility. The two of them wait 20 years to have these incredible twin boys. And they are blessed with these two. The firstborn is Esau, sometimes I'll refer to as Esav, and the second child, Jacob. And these two brothers are as opposite can be, both in how they look and in how they behave. And Esau is this go-getter, out in the field, doer guy. And Jacob is a homebody who just loves to be in his house, more of an introvert, more of a straight and narrow guy. And as they grow up, obviously, their differences are more highlighted, which means that the parents also, their relationship with each child is different. So Jacob becomes incredibly close with his mother, Rebekah. Esau is more close with and connected to his father, Isaac. But it seems all is good until there's a scene that we won't be doing today, but a very powerful scene where the father, Isaac, believes that he doesn't know the end of his days and gives a bracha, a blessing, to his son. He believes he's giving it to Esau, but it's really Jacob.
Are you enjoying this Bible class? Take your study deeper with Bible Plus. Explore over 200 courses taught by expert Israeli educators, right from the land where it happened. Get a free month trial using the code BibleStudy at checkout. The link is in the description below. Now back to your class.
Who is taking the blessing. Again, complicated story, but significant for us that Rebekah, the mom, orchestrates the scene for Jacob to get the blessing. Now, the end of that particular story is going to be impactful for us because at the end of the story, Esau finds out that his brother took what he believes is his blessing and is so angry, is so livid with his twin brother, he decides he wants him dead. And therefore, Jacob is going to have to run out of this home, run for his life, and leave everything he knows behind. So just again, as this backstory, I know this is complicated, but it's going to help us appreciate where we're going. Rebekah, the mom, tells Jacob that he has to leave, that he must go. She doesn't want the brothers to have such strife. She doesn't want the chance that Esau would kill him. And she says, you need to run from this house. I have a brother, Lavan in Hebrew, Laban, but I'll be referring to him as Lavan. You need to go run to my brother's house and get safe haven at my brother. Now, this would be so tragic for a father to hear that his children are in such turmoil that one of his kids wants to kill his other son. So therefore, Rebekah doesn't tell Isaac exactly what's going on. She just tells him, I think Jacob should go to my brother Lavan's house to marry one of his daughters, right? We don't love the girls around here. We generally send out. So let's send Jacob out to marry one of his cousins, one of Lavan's daughters. So that is the mission they send Jacob. And that is where we're going to start our story. So together we're going to open up to Genesis chapter 29. I always like to do it inside. So Jacob is now running for his life from his mother's perspective and his perspective. From his father's perspective, he's running to finding a wife, right? He's running away in either direction and either concept, and he is heading to Haran, to his uncle Laban's house. And while he's on his way, there is one last scene that we're just going to overview, that he has a dream. He sleeps on rocks and has a dream of angels going up and down on a ladder, showing that God is going to be with him as he leaves Israel, and God will bring him back to Israel. But the reason I want to highlight that scene is I want us to connect to Jacob right now. As we enter into the text, I want us to really connect to what is going on for this guy. Okay, we don't know his exact age. We know he's over 40, but that's all we got. He was a homebody who loved his mom, who loved being in that house, and is now forced to leave. And the only scene we get from him before we enter this story is him sleeping on a bunch of rocks, right? I don't know about you, but I know camping is not my thing. And if I have to sleep, not even on rocks, even with a pillow and a sleeping bag, it's not my thing. And I know I don't sleep well. And as I imagine, even if you've never gone camping and never slept on rocks, when you don't sleep well emotionally, you're not doing your best, right? And he misses his home, and he misses home cooked meals, and he misses his family. And this is where we're getting to meet him. Okay, so chapter 29 enters in that scene. Verse 1, Vayisa Yaakov raglav, vayilech arza b'nei Kedem. So Jacob raises his feet and he heads out to this other city. Vayar v'hinei be'er basadeh. And he gets to the center of the city, and lo and behold, there's a well in the center. V'hinei sham shlosha edrei tzon rovtzim aleha, ki min habeher ahi yashku ha'adarim. Right? So there are 3 flocks of sheep with their shepherds, all hanging out, all chilling by this be'er, by this well. V'ha'even gdola al pi habe'er. And there's this massive rock covering this well. And as we're going to see them explain, they leave the rock there until everyone together can remove it. So that they'll explain in the text in a few verses. But I just want us to appreciate that clearly these people value water, right? They put the rock on top so that, number one, no one can access the water unless they're part of this group. And number 2, water is such a value in the Middle East. It is so significant to them. So therefore, let's cover it to protect it and make sure animals don't get in and other people can't steal it. So they keep this main rock on top. Verse 3. ונאספו שמה כל העדרים, וגללו את האבן מעל פי הבאר, והשקו את הצאן, והשיבו את האבן על פי הבאר למקומה. So what they do is they wait for all of the shepherds to come, they remove the rock, they feed all of their sheep, and then they put the rock back on to cover it again until they come back with their flocks. Verse 4, Vayomer lahem Yaakov. So Jacob says to them, right? And all of a sudden you get to see like a little personality out of him. Achai, like my brothers, what's up? Me'ayinatem, where are you guys from? Vayomru, and they respond, Meharan anachnu. We are from Haran, the city he's trying to get to, right? This is the city where his uncle Lavan lives. So this bingo, right? Literally, you can hear like the lottery sounds in the background to Jacob, right? Oh my gosh, they're from the right city. I always think about that pasuk so much, that verse so much, because I think how dependent I am on Waze and how dependent I am on the internet of maps. And this guy is literally wandering through the desert trying to find a city. So imagine the elation, the excitement that he found the right place without Waze, without maps, without even the days of MapQuest before, right? He found out where he wants to go. Verse 5, right? Hear his excitement. Vayomer lahem, and he says to them, Hayadatem et Lavan ben Nahor. Do you know Laban, Lavan ben Nahor, right? Ben, the son of Nahor. Do you know who that is, right? Grasping at straws, but hoping, oh my gosh, this is my destination. Maybe they know who he is. Vayomru, and they respond, Yadanu, we know him. Now, if you've ever been in that scene where you hear where someone's from, right? And we immediately, if we recognize that place, we get so excited. Oh my gosh, do you know this person that lives there? Can you imagine the awkwardness if the response was just, I know him, right? What an uncomfortable feel, right? Usually there's, oh, sure, he lives down the block. Sure, our kids went to school together. Oh my gosh, we're, in the same PTA. Whatever it may be, you try to find some connection. But this awkward moment of, we know him. Verse 6, Vayomer lahem. So, right, take all the emotion down a notch. And he says, Hashalom lo? Is he okay? Right? Is everything okay with him? Vayomru, and they respond, shalom, he's fine. Oh, hine Rachel bito ba'ai matzon. Look, there's his daughter Rachel with the sheep. Right? And now this begs a pause, because generally speaking, women in biblical times, number one, definitely didn't have jobs. But if we didn't have jobs, we definitely weren't the shepherds, right? It's a male position. The male is the one who is the shepherd of the family. So our first indication here, one can argue and one can hypothesize even before you look at the commentators. Okay, so Lavan does not have any sons. He only has daughters, as we're going to see. So, okay, so he let his daughter take the job. But even that's strange, because back in the day, then you'd hire someone, right? You'd pay a male to do it. You don't take a woman to do the job, because women don't do these things. And as we're slowly going to unfold our story together, Rachel is not the oldest daughter. Rachel is the second. Leah, who we'll meet in a few moments, is the oldest. So why is she the shepherd? Why is she the one that Jacob is meeting now? And what is so powerful of what we're about to see is that's going to have major significance. The fact that she is the one that shows up will highlight a tremendous amount about this family dynamic, but also ultimately about Jacob and Rachel.